Stop. Before you scroll past this, ask yourself one honest question. If a stranger asked you right now, "What did you do today?" Could you answer in full, natural English sentences? Or would you freeze, search for words, and give up after 3 words? By the end of this episode, you will never freeze on that question again. Hello and welcome back to English Ignite Podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm proud you're here. In today's episode, we're going to talk about how to describe your day in English, not with short, broken sentences, but with full, natural, connected ideas. This matters because your daily routine is the easiest, richest source of real English practice you already have. You don't need a textbook. You don't need a classroom. You just need your own life. I will be speaking slowly and clearly so you can follow me, shadow me, and repeat after me. And a little later in this episode, I'm going to give you one small trick, something you can do in the last 30 seconds before you fall asleep, that will train your brain to think in English automatically. But we'll get there. First, let's start at the beginning. Why this skill changes everything. Why is describing your day such a powerful skill? Because your day is real. It already happened to you. You don't need to invent ideas. You don't need to think about history, or politics, or complicated topics. You just need to describe your own life, in your own words. You can say what time you woke up. You can say what you ate for breakfast. You can say if you went to work, stayed home, or met a friend. You can say how you felt: tired, busy, calm, or excited. And here's the important part, my friend. When you describe your own day, you are not just practicing English. You are living in English. You are training your brain to think in English first, instead of translating in your head. That single shift, thinking in English instead of translating, is what separates learners who feel stuck from learners who start to feel fluent. But here's the thing. Most learners skip this. They study grammar rules for hours, but they never practice the one topic they talk about every single day, their own life. That stops today. Tip number 1 is this: always start your sentence with a time word. This gives your sentence structure automatically, so you don't have to think so hard. Words like in the morning, after lunch, in the evening, before bed. These small phrases are anchors. They hold your sentence steady. Let's shadow this together. Repeat after me, slowly. In the morning, I wake up at 7. Now you repeat. In the afternoon, I go back to work. Now you repeat. In the evening, I relax and watch TV. Now you repeat. Very good. Do you feel how those time words make the sentence easier to build? That's tip number 1. But tip number 2 is even more powerful, because it's the one that makes your English sound truly natural. Tip number 2 is connecting your actions using simple words like then, after that, and next. This turns a list of separate facts into a real story. Let me show you the difference. A beginner says, I wake up. I brush teeth. I eat breakfast. Notice how flat that sounds? Now listen to this. I wake up, then I brush my teeth, and after that, I eat breakfast. Do you hear it? Same information. But now it flows. It sounds human. Let's practice. Repeat after me. I wake up, then I get out of bed. Now you repeat. I brush my teeth, and after that, I take a shower. Now you repeat. I get dressed, then I go to the kitchen. Now you repeat. Well done. This one small habit, connecting your sentences, will do more for your fluency than memorizing 100 new words. But don't get comfortable yet, because tip number 3 is where we go deeper into real storytelling. A story, my morning routine. Let's shadow a full story now. I'll tell you about my morning, sentence by sentence. Pause after each line if you need to, and repeat it slowly, just like shadowing. Are you ready? Let's begin. In the morning, I usually wake up around 7 o'clock. Sometimes I wake up a little earlier if I have a busy day ahead. I lie in bed for a few minutes and think about my plans. Then I stretch my arms, take a deep breath, and slowly sit up. I walk to the bathroom and brush my teeth for 2 full minutes. After that, I wash my face with cold water. It helps me wake up fast. If I feel especially tired, I take a quick shower instead. While I shower, I like to listen to soft music or an English podcast. After my shower, I put on clean clothes and check the mirror one last time. Then I walk into the kitchen and start making breakfast. I usually eat toast with butter, and sometimes I add a boiled egg. I drink a big cup of coffee. That's non-negotiable for me. While I eat, I sit near the window and watch the world outside. Before I leave the house, I check my phone for messages and my schedule. Then I grab my bag, put on my shoes, and step outside to begin the day. Beautiful. Now here's a quick vocabulary note. The word non-negotiable means something you will not change or give up, something essential. My coffee is non-negotiable means I must have it, no matter what. Now repeat this one, coffee is non-negotiable for me. If you're still listening at this point, that already tells me something important about you. You're not someone who gives up halfway. You're serious about this. So let's keep building. Here is tip number 3, and this one is often ignored by learners, but it's the difference between a robotic answer and a real, human answer. Don't just describe what you did. Describe how you felt. Instead of only saying, I went to work, add a feeling. I went to work, and I felt a little tired because I didn't sleep well. Do you see the difference? Now your English has emotion. Now it sounds like a real person speaking, not a machine reading a list. Let's shadow some feeling words together. I felt tired this morning. Now you repeat. I felt excited about my meeting. Now you repeat. I felt relaxed after my walk. Now you repeat. Perfect. Adding feelings is a small change, but it makes your English sound alive. That's tip 3. But we are only halfway through this episode, my friend, and the tips ahead are going to help you build entire conversations, not just single sentences. Practicing the afternoon. Let's move to the middle of the day now, the afternoon. Many people are busy in the afternoon. Some go to work, some go to school, some stay home and manage the house or the family. Whatever you do, the afternoon gives you new vocabulary to practice. Let's shadow some afternoon sentences together. After lunch, I go back to work. Now you repeat. I check my emails and answer the important ones first. Now you repeat. I usually have one meeting in the afternoon. Now you repeat. Sometimes I feel a little sleepy after I eat. Now you repeat. I take a short break around 3 o'clock. Now you repeat. Very good. Now, here's a quick word explanation. The word sleepy means you feel like you want to sleep, a light form of tiredness. I feel sleepy after lunch means eating made you want to rest. Now repeat this one. I feel sleepy after lunch. Tip number 4 is one of the simplest tools you will ever use, and yet almost nobody uses it. Ask yourself questions, out loud, in English, and then answer them. What did I do this afternoon? Where did I go? Who did I talk to? How did I feel? These questions force your brain to search for English words instead of staying silent. Try this right now, even if you're walking, cooking, or sitting quietly. Ask yourself, what did I do today? And then answer, even with 3 short sentences. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to happen. This is exactly how real fluency is built, not from perfect grammar, but from constant, repeated attempts. Addressing your fear. Now let's talk honestly for a moment, my friend. Maybe you're afraid of making mistakes. Maybe you feel shy speaking, even alone in your room. Maybe you think, my English isn't good enough yet to talk about my day. I want you to hear this clearly, that fear is completely normal. Every single fluent speaker felt it once. But here is the truth, mistakes are not the enemy of fluency. Silence is. The learners who improve fastest are not the ones with perfect grammar. They are the ones who keep speaking, again and again, mistakes and all. So if you feel shy, that's okay. Speak quietly. Speak alone. Speak in your car, your kitchen, your bed. Nobody needs to hear you at first. What matters is that you hear yourself. And now, my friend, here is the tip I promised you at the beginning of this episode, the one small trick that changes everything. Every night, before you fall asleep, spend just 60 seconds reviewing your day in English, silently in your head, or quietly out loud. Not a full story. Just 3 or 4 sentences. Today I woke up late. I had a meeting. I felt tired, but it went well. Why does this work so powerfully? Because your brain processes and stores information right before sleep more deeply than in almost any other time of day. When you review your day in English at night, you are training your brain to think in English while you rest, and you'll notice, over weeks, that English starts appearing naturally in your thoughts, even when you're not trying. This is the trick top learners use without even realizing it. And now you know it too. Evening shadowing practice. Let's shadow some evening sentences together now, calmly, slowly. I come home around 6 in the evening. Now you repeat. I take off my shoes and sit down to rest. Now you repeat. I cook dinner, or sometimes I order food if I feel tired. Now you repeat. I eat with my family and we talk about our day. Now you repeat. Before bed, I read a little, or I listen to calm music. Now you repeat. Very good. Well done, my friend. Now it's your turn. Pause this episode for a moment, if you can, and try to describe your own day, right now, out loud. Start with the morning. Move to the afternoon. Finish with the evening. Use time words. Connect your sentences. Add your feelings. It doesn't need to be long. 3 sentences is enough to begin. Remember, you don't need perfect grammar. You need a real attempt. Bringing it all together. Let's quickly review what you learned today. Start with a time word to anchor your sentence. Connect your actions with words like then and after that. Add your feelings, not just your facts. Ask yourself simple questions to unlock your memory. And finally, review your day in English every night before sleep. That small 60-second habit will quietly reshape how your brain works with this language. Think back to the question I asked you at the very start of this episode. Could you answer, "What did you do today?" in full, natural sentences? I believe you can now. Not because you memorized a script, but because you practiced it, sentence by sentence, with me, right here. This is real progress, my friend. You didn't just listen to English today. You lived in it, one sentence at a time. Keep practicing your daily routine until it feels easy. Come back to this episode often, listen again, shadow again, and each time, add a little more detail to your story. I'm Alex, and this is English Ignite Podcast. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.